Good afternoon. This is Tiffany Fox with Mrs. T. Fox Resources, and I have an exciting new one-point perspective exercise that I just uploaded into my Teachers Pay Teachers shop at Mrs. T. Fox Resources. And I just want to do a little demo and just show you how the kids can practice one-point perspective and really enjoy themselves, have a little bit of fun. So supplies for this are minimal. You will need, of course, to print the worksheets, no prep at all. And there is also a visual example of the different steps on how to turn the shapes into forms. The name of the lesson is Flying Forms because these shapes end up looking like forms that are flying in the air. Reading a Ruler 101 if you need a little review. I've added this little section of ruler. It is not actual size, but it shows you where the 1/4 inch mark, the 1/2 inch mark, the 3/4 inch mark, and the full inch mark is on the ruler. So that's just a little review. So like I said, all you need is a number 2 pencil. You're going to need a ruler. And I have my Crayola colored pencils here that I'm going to add the color just for fun and to pizzazz it up when I am finished. Directions are on each worksheet. I have included the link to the exercise in the video description below. This is a Prismacolor 2B pencil, and this is the rubric for the exercise. To a page, you just cut those in half. Students can either grade themselves or you can grade them. You could do one with 2 rubrics on it. The kids could do a self-evaluation here and you could evaluate here. Or maybe the kids could evaluate here and you could do a peer evaluation here. Whatever is going to work for your classroom, but that is also part of the Flying Forms lesson. All right, let's get started. This is a one-point perspective. This is our point. VP stands for vanishing point. So I'm just going to go through a couple of these and show you how it works, and then you can get to it. Let's start with this square. We're turning it from a shape into a form. Shape is 2-dimensional, a form is 3-dimensional. So the way we do that, we're going to use the same set of steps, and these steps are at the top of the worksheet. From each corner of every shape, we're going to draw a very light line from that corner to the vanishing point. In this case, we only have 3 corners. We're not going to draw a line from this corner because this back 2 sides from this perspective, from this angle, we cannot see this side or this side. We can only see these 2 sides. Now the directions also say that I need to, from these 9 shapes, I need to choose to make 4 of them 1/2 inch thick and the other 5 I need to make 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going to make this one 1/2 inch thick. And the way I do that is I take my ruler. My 1/2 inch mark is right here. And sometimes what I do is I just go ahead and make a 1/2 on that ruler right there. So I know that I'm looking at the right mark on the ruler. This is a mistake a lot of people make with a ruler, and it's very common, and there's nothing wrong with making this mistake. Would like to make you aware of it. The end of this ruler is not where the measuring starts. This line right here is where the measuring starts. Some rulers are the edge of the ruler is right here on the 0 mark, and some rulers have a little bit of space here. So if just go ahead and pay attention to your ruler. If it has the line that starts inside the bounds of the ruler, then that's the line you want to line up with the corner. And then I'm going to make a little dot right here at the 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other 2 corners. I'm going to line my dots up. And the idea is that this line and this line are parallel, and this line and this line are parallel. If you line those dots up with your ruler, then you get an instant cube. So that's step 1. Draw a very light converging line from every corner. Step 2, decide if you want to make it a 1/2 inch thick or a 1/4 inch thick. And step 3 is we're going to measure and mark just like we did. So here's our 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. And then we're going to erase the rest of these converging lines. These are called converging lines. And then we're going to add some color to our shape. All right, let's do this star. So we're going to the vanishing point from all points. It's going to look a little crazy in the beginning. Now see, if we go from this one, it's going to go through the back of it, so we don't need to go through that one. Same with this one. This one's going to go through the middle. This one's going to go through the middle, so we don't need to draw vanishers from those 3 points. So now we have to decide, well, how wide are we going to make this thing? I'm going to go for 1/4 inch. So this is our 1/2 inch mark. And then if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, this is our 1/4 inch mark. And see how the 0 starts inside the ruler? You don't start with the edge, you start at the 0. This is where we're going to draw our parallel lines. So from this point to all the way to the edge here, it's going to be parallel as we're making the side of our star. Now what you could do is just come from here, skip all the way over to here and finish it off. See, that's the side. If you wanted to get super fancy, which we should probably do since we're going to conserve time. So let's go like this, and then let's go like this. Let's erase our converging lines. Remember, these are our converging lines. So now we have our 1/4 inch thick 3-dimensional star. We want to leave this guy because this is the corner between the 2 points. And so now we can add color and pizzazz. All right, we're going to do the circle now. And of course, the circle has no corners. So what you'll do with the circle is you'll go from the outer edge to the vanishing point, right on the side. So this is our new shape. And as long as it follows and matches, as far as the arc goes, you don't want the arc to go way down here, and you don't want it to be flat. You want it to be even in distance all the way around.